It was the picture that moved millions of hearts. But 5 years on, did the image of Syrian toddler Alan Kurdi's drowned body bring any change? Did the 82.4 million refugees in the world really find homes? I think we all know the answer to that. On World Refugee Day, I'm going to take you through 5 of the world's largest refugee crises that are still an issue today. Syria civil war, 6.6 million refugees. Even after 10 years, Syria remains the world's largest refugee crisis. More than 6.6 million Syrians have been forced to flee their country since 2011, and another 6.7 million people remain internally displaced. Now, the Syrian refugee crisis is a result of March 2011 violent government crackdown on public demonstrations in support of a group of teenagers who were arrested for anti-government graffiti. Conflict quickly escalated and the country went into a civil war that forced millions of Syrian families out of their homes. Afghanistan refugee crisis, 2.7 million refugees. Now, there are almost 2.5 million registered refugees from Afghanistan. Years of unemployment, insecurity and political instability have now led to a massive migration from Afghanistan. And according to the United Nations Assistance Mission 2018 report, Afghanistan saw the highest number of civilian deaths, including the highest ever recorded number of children killed in the conflict. Rohingya refugees emergency. 1 million refugees since violence broke out in Myanmar's northern Rakhine state in August 2017. Many Rohingya children, women and men had to flee to Bangladesh, escaping the violence there. Rohingyas are a stateless Muslim minority in Myanmar. In fact, there are vast majority of these refugees there and mostly women and children. Today, there are some 860,000 Rohingya seeking refuge in Bangladesh. Sudan's civil war crisis, 2.2 million refugees. Now, we often don't hear about Sudan, but the situation in South Sudan is indeed dire. It is the largest refugee crisis in Africa. More than 4 million people have been uprooted from their homes since the start of a brutal civil war in 2013. Out of the 4 million, about 2.2 million people have been forced to cross into neighboring countries. The majority of them are women and children again. Palestine refugees, 0.75 million refugees there. Earlier this year, we did see the news about Israel's war with Islamist group Hamas and how Gaza Strip was bombarded. It is all related to Palestine refugees. Approximately 750,000 Palestinians were displaced and became refugees as a result of the 1948 war, which led to the founding of Israel. But right after that, none of these displaced people were ever allowed to return to their homes. There are more than 7 million Palestinian refugees scattered around the world. The reality of Palestinians' forced displacement is the core of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict today.